ki te FHS TV ko matua J Taku Ingoa. Hello everybody, welcome to FHS TV. Over the next couple of weeks, Te Kaumāturu will be sharing some of our learning with you. We've been learning about space from a Māori point of view and a scientific point of view, and we've created a docudrama, like a documentary, but a bit of drama involved as well. We really hope you enjoy it. Each week will be short segments focusing on different aspects of our solar system. Lots of this SFX, the special effects that you'll see, were done by the students in our class, so we hope you enjoy our journey through our solar system. Ka kite anō.
We join our TNT Nauts about the spaceship TNT, which is docked alongside the International Space Station, only 2 short months before the Earth is due to be destroyed by a powerful extinction-level meteor.
TNT in space! I need the best scientist on board to brief me on how the International Space Station works and what its safety features are in case we ever need to return here for repairs or an emergency. Chief Science Officer Ivan, could you please come to the bridge?
Yes, Captain. How can I assist you?
Which of our scientists knows the most about the International Space Station?
Ooh, that'll be our scientists, Finn and Tristan. I have brought them with me.
So, gentlemen, please present your information report about the ISS to me for consideration.
The International Space Station is really cool. Check out some of its features.
The ISS has bedrooms and kitchens, some toilets and pressurized habitation modules. It has docking ports, a science bay, and robotic arms. The purpose of the ISS is a home where crews of astronauts and cosmonauts live.
The ISS took 10 years to build. About 266 people has visited the ISS. The ISS is 108 meters long. The Maori name for the ISS is Te Hana Moku Whiti o Te Ao.
The ISS is run by 5 space agencies. The longest spacewalk was set by James Voss and Suzanne J., and they walked for 8 hours and 56 minutes. The person who spent the most consecutive days was set by Mark Van de Hey.
TNT in space! Captain Katie, the sun is so much bigger than I imagined. Our star scientists are Eddie and Ruby. They have more knowledge than anyone else on board. Eddie and Ruby, what information can you share about the sun?
Nuclear reactions happen when hydrogen is fused to form helium to make the sun's heat and light. The average temperature on the sun mostly is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and the sun is 1.39 million kilometers wide.
The planet order in the solar system from the Sun is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. There is also 5 dwarf planets. They are Pluto, Eris, Haumea, Makemake, and Ceres.
Earth's distance from the Sun is 151.62 million kilometers. It is the 3rd planet from the Sun. The closest planet to the Sun is Mercury, and it is 57.441 million kilometers away. The furthest planet from the Sun is Neptune, and that is 4.4731 billion kilometers away.
There are no moons and no rings on the surface of the Sun. This is because it is a star and not a planet.
The day length on the Sun is 24.5 Earth days at the Sun's equator, and the year length is 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds. The gravity measurement is 274 ms squared. Earth's gravity measurement is 9.807 ms squared.
The Maori name for the sun is Tama Nui Tera.
Captain, we are coming out of hyperspeed and arriving at planet Mercury.
Excellent work, team. Can TMT Knots Milana and Turgan please update me on the conditions and scientific data about Mercury?
Mercury is first planet from the sun, and Mercury is our temperature is 333 F. Mercury is 54 million kilometers away from the sun. Its Maori name is Vero. Mercury gravity measurement is 3.7 m square. Mercury has no moons. Mercury is also a rocky planet. The two scientists who discovered Mercury is Galileo Galilei and more recently Thomas Harriot.
Life in serious facts about Mercury is the smallest ball planet in our solar system. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. Mercury is just 88 days. Mercury is ringless. Mercury is very hot.
Okay, so let's present it.
Surface temperature on Venus are about 900 degrees Fahrenheit or 475 degrees Celsius, and it's hot enough to melt lead, and the gravity measurement is 8.87 mils squared.
The day length is 234 Earth days, and the diameter is 12,104. Also is the second planet in our solar system. Galileo Galilei found Venus, and it has no moons. The Maori name for Venus is Kopu. Home at last. We think we know a lot about our home planet, but let's hear what Jack and Aiden can report on to add to our knowledge. We also need to hear from the moon research team of Anahi and Ryan.
Earth is pretty close to the sun. It is the third planet from the sun. Earth's day length is 24 hours. The year length is 365 days. Earth is 15,161 million km from the sun. The gravity measurement is 9.807 ms. Earth has only one moon, and its name is Moon. Earth has no rings, and its Maori name is Papatuanuku.
Earth was named by the ancient Greeks. Earth is named after the Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. Earth is not flat, but it is not round either. Earth's days are getting longer, and there were never several continents. Earth is mostly iron and oxygen. 71% of the Earth is water. Earth was at a straight angle, but a meteor hit the side of the Earth. Then Earth spun until it was diagonal. The biggest structure is coral reefs, and Earth is 4.543 billion years old.
The moon. Space is the habitat of the moon, and space is a vacuum, and is cold, very cold. So cold you'll freeze in seconds and die, and no one will know because you're in space, not on Earth. Other information includes the moon is Earth's only natural satellite. It takes 27.3 days for the moon to travel all the way around the Earth. The moon is a lot smaller than the sun. The moon controls the tides. The year length is 354 Earth days. The day length is 27 Earth hours. And the moon is 93 million miles away from the sun, which is very far away. The moon is 737 kilometers wide. The Maori name for the moon is Marama.
Mars, the most likely next planet for us to step foot on. Chief Scientist Ivan, can you bring me Thomas and give us your planetary report, please?
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. It is nearly after the Roman god of war.
The distance from Mars is 250.7 million kilometers. On Mars, the temperature is minus 81 degrees Fahrenheit. The gravity measurement is 3.71 millimeters squared. Mars day length is 1 hour 0 hours 37 minutes. Earth hours and Mars year length is 787 days. Mars' Maori name is Matafero, and Galileo Galilei discovered Mars first. Mars was named by the ancient Roman for the god of war because its reddish color was reminiscent of blood. Mars' unusual features are very thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide, nitrogen and argon. So there are signs of ancient floods on Mars. But now water mostly exists on icy dirt and thin clouds. On some Martian hillsides, there are evidence of liquid water on the ground. Mars is also known as Red Planet.
Wow, the eye of Jupiter is amazingly red and the speed of the swirl is incredibly fast. We better check in with the science team of Radian and Felix. Gentlemen, I believe that taking the transporter down to the planet. Can you please present your report and describe what it's like down there?
Jupiter is the fifth planet away from the Sun. Jupiter's distance from the Sun is 741.33 million kilometers away. The average temperature on Jupiter is negative 238 degrees F. Jupiter has between 8 till 95 moons and 4 rings. Jupiter's day length is 9 hours and 56 minutes, but Jupiter's year length is 12 years. The gravity measurement on Jupiter is 24.79 mrs squared. Jupiter's Maori name is Haine Eteweka or Pero. The person who discovered Jupiter is Galileo Galilei. He found Jupiter in 1610 with a small telescope. Jupiter is named after the king of ancient Roman gods called Zeus. Jupiter is covered in cloud stripes.
5 fun facts. Jupiter is a gas giant, so you can't touch it or breathe there. Jupiter has many moons. Jupiter is our biggest planet in the solar system. Jupiter has rings, but are too thin to see. Jupiter also is the 4th brightest thing in our solar system. Whoa.
Next stop, Saturn. I can't believe how many rings there are.
I wonder who has the information report on Saturn. Chief Science Officer Ivan, who are the best scientists for the job?
Yunhu and Jace are the best for the job.
Saturn.
Saturn is the second biggest planet in the universe and is also the sixth planet closest to the Sun. Saturn is 1.4639 billion kilometers away from the Sun.
What has Saturn created?
Saturn took shape when the rest of the solar system formed about 4.5 billion years ago, when gravity pulled swirling gas and dust in to become a gas giant. About 4 billion years ago, Saturn settled into its current position in the outer solar system, where it is the sixth planet from the Sun.
What is Saturn made of?
Like Jupiter, Saturn is mostly made of hydrogen and helium. At Saturn's center is a dense core of metal like iron and nickel, surrounded by rocky material and other compounds solidified by intense pressure and heat.
What is the year length of Saturn?
The year length of Saturn is 29 years.
What is the Maori name of Saturn?
The Maori name for Saturn is Paredao.
What discovered Saturn?
Galileo Galilei discovered Saturn in 1610.
What is Saturn named after?
Saturn is named after Algergur and wealth god, and its Roman name is Saturnus.
Is Saturn what are called a half core or call it a if ought or is it?
Saturn is cold and is minus 226. Negative 140 Celsius.
What many moons does Saturn have?
Saturn has 124 moons, which are Janus, Dione, Titan, and many more.
What width is Saturn in kilometers?
Saturn is 116,460 kilometers wide.
What Saturn ring made of?
Saturn's rings are thought to be pieces of comets, asteroids, or shattered moons that broke up before they reached the planet, torn apart by Saturn's powerful gravity. They are made of billions of small chunks of ice and rock coated with materials such as dust.
Are there any feature? So what is it?
There is an unusual feature, and that is, like fellow gas giant Jupiter, Saturn is a massive ball made up mostly of hydrogen and helium.
The fact are.
Number 1, Saturn is the father of Jupiter. Number 2, Saturn would float in water. Number 3, the rings are huge but thin. Number 4, its beautiful rings are not solid. Number 5, Saturn is mostly made of gas, so it's a gas giant.
What is the day ring of Saturn?
According to Google, Saturn's day length is 0 days, 10 hours, and 34 minutes.
We finally finally arrived at the biggest giant in the Milky Way. It's so cold. I need Mary and Isabella to come to the engine room to give me the information on Uranus to find out if the planet is causing our engines to freeze over or if it is some kind of internal system malfunction.
According to our research, Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and is 29,381 billion kilometers away from it. The average temperature is minus 195 Celsius. A day on Uranus is 17 hours and 14 minutes. And a year on Uranus is 84 Earth years. Uranus is 25,362 kilometers wide. Uranus has 27 moons, and they're named after Shakespeare characters. Uranus also has 17 rings. Some of the names are Titania, Miranda, Oberon, Umbriel, and Caliban. The rings names are Zeta, 6, 5, 4, Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma, Delta, Lambda, Epsilon, Mu, and Mu. William Herschel discovered Uranus in 1781 on March the 13th. Uranus is named after the Roman god of the sea, and his Maori name is Rakipo. Uranus is 4.503 billion years old. It rains diamonds on the planet.
TNT in space! TNT in space!
We are at the 8th planet away from the Sun, Neptune, also known as the planet that I am an expert in. So I will go get Idia and let's present our report.
The year length for Neptune is 165 Earth years, and the day length is 16 hours and 6 minutes Earth hours. Neptune is very similar to Uranus. It is freezing and it rains diamonds. It is the last planet in our solar system. Neptune is dark and cold. Neptune is 58 times bigger than Earth.
The Maori name for Neptune is Tangaroa. The modern people who discovered Neptune are Urban Le Verre, John Couch Adams, and John and Gottfried Galley. In 1846, an unusual fact is that Neptune has 6 rings, but they are very hard to see. Hello, Pluto. I don't think anyone on the spaceship TNT knows that much about you, so I'll go ask Chief Science Officer Ivan to see who has an information report on Pluto. Chief Science Officer Ivan, which team has the information report on Pluto?
Ooh. Elva Long has the information on Pluto here. They are to present the report.
Barbaros and Styx. Pluto is 3.7 billion years away from the Sun. Pluto's day length is 153 hours. And on a year on Pluto is 248 Earth years. Its temperature is minus 387 degrees, minus 232 Celsius, and it is 2,370 kilometers wide.
Pluto's Maori name is Whirinaki. It's discovered by Clyde Tombaugh in 1930. Pluto's orbit around the Sun unusual compared to the planets. It's both elliptical and tilted. Pluto lies in the Kuiper Belt and is smaller than Earth's moon. Sometimes Pluto is closer than the Sun than Neptune.
scientist specialist Eloise come to the science lab and bring space scientist Annie with you to present your report on Make and Iris.
Yes, Captain. Eris is negative 240 degrees Celsius and its marine name is Eris. Also, it's 557 Earth years and the day length is 25 hours and 54 minutes. Eris has one moon and the name is Dinosphere, also 2326. The gravity measurement is 0.82 Bell squared. It surrounds the 9th planet in our solar system and is 68 astronomical units from the Sun. Michael E. Brown and Chad Drudrell and David Aaron Boltwitz found Eris.
Make, it is negative 240 degrees Celsius and the marine name is Hey. Also, it is 1,450 kilometers wide. It has one moon and the name is 20151347221 or MK2. The day length is 22 hours and 30 minutes. Earth's hours. The gravity measurement is 0.5 millimeters square. It surrounds the 9th planet in the solar system, which is called Pluto. It was discovered by the same people that discovered Eris.
We are arriving on Haumea at hyperspeed, Captain. Ju-1 will now present his report over the big screen.
Haumea is located at the Kuiper Belt, and its size and temperature are almost the same size as Pluto, and the temperature is 241 degrees Celsius. Its gravity measurements and year and day length are 4.5 the strength of the Earth's gravity, and its year and day length are, it takes 284 years to orbit the Sun, and as Haumea orbits the Sun, it completes one rotation every 4 hours, making it one of the fastest rotating large objects in our solar system. Its 5 facts and an unusual features are it looks like a football-shaped planet. It's one of the fastest spinning planet. The fast spin distorts Haumea shape, making this dwarf planet look like a football. 75% and 100% of Hi'iaka, which is around 400 kilometers in diameter, are covered with crystallized water ice. Two Haumea planets could fit inside Earth. The fast spin distorts Haumea shapes, making this dwarf planet look like a football. Its Maori name and how many moons and rings. Haumea has 2 moons and their names are Namaka and Hi'iaka. And it has 1 ring and it has no Maori name. David Rabinowitz, Mitchell Brown, Chad Trudilla, and Jose Luis Ortiz Moreno have discovered Haumea, and it was named by Mike Brown.
TNT in space! Captain Katie, we miscalculated the distance to the black hole and have come out of the hyperspeed far too close to its center. We are now caught in its gravitation pull. What do we do?
Don't panic, we have black hole experts on board. Let's see what information they can provide that will rescue from the sucky fate. Finn and Jacob, what information do you have on the black hole that will help us?
There are 4 different types of black holes. Though all the black holes have the same features, they are not the same. Black holes can be classified into 4 types.
They are primordial black holes,
intermediate black holes, stellar black holes, and supermassive black holes.
Stellar black holes are the most common variety of black holes, which are formed by a result of stellar explosions.
The primordial black holes were created due to the Big Bang, which led to a universe formation. They don't exist today, but they are converged to standing point of this universe.
A supermassive black hole is an entity that is usually in the center of the galaxy and is informed by the joining of more supernova stars or the newly formed black holes.
The intermediate black holes are the ones that are found between the supermassive black holes and the giant star. They are usually smaller than supermassive black holes.
Black holes have a high gravitational force. This means that they can suck things into them.
Some scientists say when a planet or star gets sucked into a black hole, they can get torn apart. Other scientists say that you might go through a wormhole portal and travel to far away part of the universe.
They say the problem with traveling back through a black hole once you've been stuck through one is it almost impossible to get back, and that you need a massive amount of energy to overcome the vacuum situation.
I hope we never get sucked into a black hole, but luckily we have Ambassador Indigo from the meme dimension on board. He knows the secret of getting through black holes.
I don't think the ship's gonna hold, Captain. I can feel the engine shaking.
This is Chief Engineer. Right, we're going to be sucked into the black hole.
I feel weird, as if I'm being twisted or ripped apart. We're either going to be ripped apart or teleported to a different dimension. What will our future be?
Umi, Kiara, my name is Indigo. I'm the ambassador from the meme dimension. I am the expert in black holes. The only way to get enough power is to fly back through a black hole is Umi with TNT cow mature ginger beer. Our new mission is to search the universe for TNT ginger beer. Umi.